Hello there. Welcome back to You, Me, and the podcast. And we have Jamie back by popular demand. Today we are kind of winging it a little bit, just a little bit. So we're going to be talking about small comforts.
Take it away.
Small comforts. Some of my favorite small comforts are watching the same shows over and over again.
Okay, so what are your go-to shows that you like to watch?
See, my go-to shows that I watch over and over again, it depends on the mood. And it is whether it's usually when I'm watching, like when I'm really craving like the same show over and over again, is like when I'm like sad. If I'm sad, it has to be a sitcom.
Yeah.
And it can be like a variety of different sitcoms. Modern Family is a great one.
Of course.
Friends, How I Met Your Mother. Have you ever seen the movie or the show Goldbergs? The Goldbergs?
Oh, yes and no. I've seen episodes, and then my brother was on a cruise with the kid from the Goldbergs, and so that made me like want to watch it more.
Oh, like the guy.
Older son. I don't know what his name is, but like one of the sons.
Oh, okay.
He was like the older son, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on a cruise, and he's like, "Is that the guy from that show?" And so it just sparked my interest in it.
You know what's interesting about that show? Do you know what Smosh is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one of the guys that is on Smosh now, he is in that show as like a supporting character.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He does like the Reddit stories, the Reddit reactions. And I just think that's such a funny like crossover because I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's my go-to shows? Friends is definitely my go-to show. I've probably watched it, dozens of times all the way through. So when you go, like, do you have episodes that you go to, or do you just kind of turn it on from the start and watch it through, or like, what are your...
So for me, it depends. If it's like, if it's How I Met Your Mother, I've seen the first season like 600 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start from like season 2, right? Or for Friends, I've seen the first 3 seasons so many times I can't even remember. So I would start from season 4.
Oh, yeah.
And then onwards, you know? I actually haven't seen season 9 and season 10 of Friends as much as the other ones.
Really?
Because it just like, it makes me sad because I know it's the ending.
ends.
I am such, like, I am 100% one of those people. I will, like, there's a show called So Help Me Todd that it was like a lawyer show, and it was like based in like Portland, and it ended after like 2 seasons. I still haven't watched the last episode of season 2
really?
because I just like, I know it's gonna end, and I want to
know.
savor it, you know.
I know. Did you ever watch Lincoln Lawyer?
Yes, we watched it not too long ago. Honestly, it was a really good show.
Yeah.
I
it's
was
supposed
very
to come
shocked.
back with... Is it the second half or something's come back?
Yeah, and
Okay,
I was because like at first, like I think we tried watching it a couple of times and I didn't get into it, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But then once I got into it,
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm actually really excited for to, like the next season is, have you seen Ginny and Georgia?
Oh, love it.
Really like that show.
Love it. It ended with Georgie getting arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that show, and I'm
I do
really
too.
excited.
I like that. Oh, dude, I'm a sucker for... This is not on topic, and we're not probably going to stay there, but I'm a sucker
Yeah.
for like... Okay, so if I'm feeling down or if I just need kind of brighten my mood, I love like not only rom-coms or things like that, but like teenage life stories.
Yeah.
So like, what was the... Oh, To All the Boys.
Oh, yeah.
That whole series, like the whole
That
whole
was a
little
good
movie
one.
series. I
Yeah.
love that. Like things like The Kissing Booth, those, they just bring me such joy. They're so silly, and there's just a part of me that can really still remember what it's like to be a teenager and have all those feelings and think all these things. And it's just so, I feel like it's so relatable no matter how old you are.
Yeah. We recently rewatched Princess Protection Program.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen
I
that in
love
forever.
that movie, and like it's just, I don't know, like it's so nostalgic, and I love that. What's your favorite rom-com?
Oh, I don't really have a favorite. What do I gravitate towards? So it just depends again on my mood, right? Like, so sometimes I'll go 90s and I'll do like a Drive Me Crazy, or 10 Things I Hate About You, like those kind of older classics. I don't know. I love just anything kind of corny.
I love it when it's cringy and corny.
I'm a
I
sucker
love
for
it.
a Hallmark Christmas love story.
Yes.
During that time of year, I'll just sit and watch whatever you put in front of me. I love those things.
Yeah, we watched Mary Happy with Whatever with
I
Have you
can't
seen
even
it?
keep track of titles because they're all so
it's
like similar.
It's the one with Bridget Mendler. Also, we will talk about Bridget Mendler in just a second, but it's the one with Bridget Mendler, Ashley Tisdale, and I forgot who the guy was in it.
Can I look it up
Yeah.
while you talk?
Yeah. Also Bridget Mendler. Can we talk about Bridget Mendler for a second?
What's about her?
Dude, she's like going to space.
Oh, yeah, she's super cool. She like became a lot of these Disney stars kind of go on to either do nothing and don't really manage their money, or they like just cut like our nurse. What's the other girl?
Jennifer Stone
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah.
from
She's
Wizards
like
of
a
Waverly
nurse,
Place.
and they kind of just live like normal lives, which I think is super cute.
So she has a degree in anthropology from USC. She started a graduate program at MIT.
She's cool.
She completed an MS in Media and Arts and Sciences. She has a JD from Harvard Law.
Oh wow, that's impressive.
As of 2022, she was enrolled at Harvard Law School and at MIT. She is what's her face from Legally Blonde.
Oh, Elle Woods.
Yeah, like what? It's hard.
I love that movie.
Oh my gosh! Okay. First of all, that is so impressive
Oh, it's super
for somebody who
impressive.
comes like from like something that isn't like she was on Good Luck Charlie, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like child stars have like a way. I mean, we're all looking at you, Josh Peck. So we need more people like Bridget Mendler, who, you know, despite
She's
being
badass, man.
that's so badass.
What are other small comforts that you have?
Honestly, I rewatch like shows that were not popular when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, like Good Luck Charlie, Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh, my mom got me loving that show because she thought it was so cute.
All of these shows, like they came out when I was like probably hitting my teens, right?
Mhm.
And like obviously I wasn't their target demographic, but I love going back to them. Like I love watching Wizards of Waverly Place, and it just like
Oh yeah.
warm fuzzy feelings. You
Yeah,
know?
they make you feel, especially they bring you back to that kind of like innocent age when nothing mattered except coming home and just
Yeah.
watching TV.
You know what I really really like is rewatching Princess Diaries.
Oh, yeah.
I love watching Princess Diaries.
Oh, that was a good movie. I loved all those. Well, that was that a Disney movie in theaters or was it just on TV?
I think it might have been in theaters.
I think it was a bigger Disney movie, right? It wasn't like a
Yeah.
rom-com, decom or whatever.
No. But the thing that I loved about it was because it's filmed in like Sacramento, or
Yeah,
not Sacramento, San
Francisco.
Francisco.
Mhm.
So like there's like landmarks that
Yeah.
I've like been to, and I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
The house that like was like the school like
Mhm.
recently sold like not too long ago.
Oh, I saw that online somewhere.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it was like stupid expensive.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of what is it called, San Francisco housing, I actually wanted to ask you what your thoughts were on this. So San Francisco home is selling for cheap. So it's
super cheap, but you can't move in for a year.
No,
Or 5 years.
no. It's selling for first of all $488,000
Mm-hmm.
for San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Wild. But the owners can't move in until 2053.
Oh yeah, it's like a long time, right? Well, that's why it's selling. It's not really. It hasn't sold yet. I don't know. I haven't seen the update if it's sold yet. But 48. What does he say? 45, 48?
48
48.
488,000.
So that's a listing price, but even then, yeah, that's a wild like thing that you can't even move in. Are there tenants in it? I forget.
I'm assuming
I think there's tenants in it. or
I'm
something.
assuming they have a lease,
Mhm.
right?
Probably, and they can't move in. Yeah, that's wild. I don't even know if it'll sell though. I mean, you could just buy the property. It depends. I need to know more details, but yeah, that's wild. Nothing sells for 488, so you know there's something wild going on with it.
Yeah. Also, 3-bedroom property that was built in 1924. That house is 100 years old.
Yeah, I'm sure it needs a lot of work.
It's worth up to $1.8 million. It's
Probably.
wild.
Yeah.
San Francisco is wild.
San Francisco's a wild market. It's a beast of its own.
That's crazy.
It kind of changed a little bit during COVID. It got a little less desirable. Prices are dropping, but it's starting to come back and then some.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I just like, dude, you know what's crazy is I was looking at so like sometimes every once in a while like houses like how like people like realtors will show up on my For You page.
Mm-hmm.
There's somebody in Bakersfield that was selling a house for like $200,000. It was like a 2-bedroom.
where are you? You're in the middle of nowhere, next to nothing.
Bakersfield.
Yeah, next to
But-
nothing in the heat.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just-
they have insane summers.
Oh yeah.
I used to spend summers out there.
And does it snow there too?
No,
No, doesn't snow. all the way?
Bakersfield's like an hour
I
away
know
from Fresno.
sometimes the Grapevine areas snow, or like getting down when you're going to SoCal, some areas snow down there that get super hot and then they snow.
Yeah, no,
Not
the
Bakersfield?
it's just so so hot.
Yeah, there's
Like-
not much out there.
Yeah, it's like 100, but apparently it's expanding because there's like a ton of houses being built and stuff.
Yeah,
But it's just so hot.
I mean they
It's
have
like
land, they
Arizona
could
hot.
do,
Yeah.
they can do stuff with it.
Yeah, I mean it's cool because like you're so close to LA, but at what cost is my question.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I would never.
you're close enough to LA, but you're still not close.
Exactly. Like if it was Santa Barbara, I feel like that'd be different.
Yeah, you're
Also
still
San-
not like super close, so that's hard trade off.
Yeah. If you could move anywhere, where would you move?
Man, that's hard because I'm from the Bay, specifically Pinole born and raised, and I really love it here. I call it my little bubble, but it's hard to find everything. We have good food, we have good entertainment, we have everything at our fingertips. Napa, San Francisco, you can get to LA, you can go to the mountains, you can go to Tahoe, snow. You can pretty much go anywhere you need to within, driving distance. And that's a really hard trade-off. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, it's hard to live here, but if you can make it, it's really hard to give this up. It's so diverse. I
Yeah.
like that. It's a world of its own. Even within California, it's a world of its own.
Yeah.
So in that respect, I have a hard time thinking where else could I live. But I hear a lot of people moving to Austin. Austin
Texas.
is like the Bay Area of Texas.
Yeah.
A lot of people have told me that. So I would consider it. I don't really know it for myself, but I would probably consider it. I think I'll always keep a house here, but I would consider other areas. I don't want to go anywhere like with such extreme weather though.
Yeah.
That's
I would
the hard thing.
never-
We have great weather.
Yeah, I would never move out of California.
It's hard. No.
It would be rough. Like everybody's always like, oh, like, we had friends that like bought a house in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like they were like sending us pictures of their houses, and I mean it's a beautiful house, like gorgeous
Yeah.
house. I couldn't give up California.
It's hard. It's hard. And there's always a trade off, right? So they say, oh, housing prices are so great out here. Yeah, but property taxes are a little bit more. I don't know. There's always a
feel
trade
like
off.
I also feel like if you were raised in California, you were raised around so many different cultures, and
Mm-hmm.
like I know this to be true from like at least Stockton. Is like I was raised around so many different cultures, so
Mm-hmm.
many different people, so many different socioeconomic statuses, even, right? Because a lot of people that lived in Stockton worked in the Bay, right? So they were
Mm-hmm.
making Bay Area money in Stockton, right?
Yeah.
And your dollar stretches so much further,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
And so like like I had people in my classes like that had houses that had like properties here and there, but like they lived in Stockton, and like we went to school together, and their parents worked for like tech, right?
yeah.
And so it's like you're making decent money, right? It would be really hard for me to like move out of California and like not be exposed to as many cultures, and
I think
like
that's the hardest part for me too, is leaving the diversity and just moving to areas where I don't know. I think, like I said, mainstream areas, they could be cool, but you get into these little niches and it's just like, these aren't my people.
Yeah. When we went to Michigan, we were there for like 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't it was a very, very different, there wasn't very much diversity.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like even like their infrastructure was like not great. And I was just like, oh.
Yeah. I haven't also experienced so many places to know, like, this is hardcore where I want to be. But I think, too, maybe as I grow and my, like, what I need out of life changes, I don't maybe need the accessibility to all these sources of entertainment and have kids and, things kind of change. Maybe my opinion will change and all.
Could you put down roots in Pinole, do you think?
But yeah, for sure. I love Pinole. I absolutely love it. I mean, I know I was born and raised there, but there's a reason that I stay there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, that's how I feel about Davis. I feel like Davis is that like perfect like little town where like you can have everything that you need, and like everything's like super accessible, and it's low key enough where like there's not like that much going on, because like my thing has always been like I have very few what's the word, like criteria
Mm-hmm.
for what I need out of wherever I live, and one of those things is it needs to be near a major highway. Um, just because, like, you know, like evacuations and everything, especially like with because when I was in college is when like all the like big fires happened.
Oh yeah.
And so like people having to evacuate, that's always been like, you know, on the top of my mind is like,
Yeah.
be near a major highway, you can pop off and everything, right? um and so that's been my biggest thing, that, and like it has to have like the right type of vibe.
Yeah.
Like here, like we know our neighbors and stuff, right? Which is like something that you don't really get in, I feel like bigger cities.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, and so I was like, I want to know my neighbors, and like it's just like, I don't know, Davis is just one of those places where like it's just, life is slower. Like I went to Berkeley, like Davis is like a bigger Berkeley, like it, as in like size wise, like the streets and everything,
Mm-hmm.
but like also like a small town feel.
Yeah.
Like, you know, Berkeley's like very like, there's like good food, there's like so
Mhm.
many like, you know, different things. Like I'm saying like the popping parts of Berkeley, not
Sure.
like, you know.
Yeah.
And so like, cause like when I went to, one of my friends, like actually two of my friends went to Berkeley, UC Berkeley, and so whenever I'd go out to go see them, I'd be like, I love this, I love the vibes, I love everything, but I can't wait to get back to Davis, cause
Yeah.
like just maneuvering and navigating was so much harder.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I just can't.
I know, it's cool. What I've seen so far is
wait to
super
get
cool out
back.
here.
Yeah. You have to come out here when like the students and stuff are out, because that's another thing about Davis is that because there's student life,
Mm-hmm.
it's like you never feel old,
Mm-hmm.
because you're always getting exposed to like, you know, different people and things, and so that's always like, I don't know, I feel like it's like so comforting, and like also like we've thought about like, you know, a move to like LA and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I would
Oh.
love to. I would
Would you?
I would move in a heartbeat if everything lined up. I mean, because like my work is based in LA,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I would move in a heartbeat. Like I would not think twice or anything like that. I think the hardest part for me would be like, because I'm so close to like my mom and stuff, would be like not seeing them like basically every weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I could live with that.
Yeah.
I think I could live with that, just because I love, like, I was talking about it with somebody else on the podcast. LA just has always felt like home
Yeah.
to me.
Okay.
You know?
I kind of felt that way about New York. I mean, not like it feels like home. I've only ever visited once briefly, but there's just a part of me that always felt like that's a place that I could probably do well and live there.
Yeah. Do you believe in like past lives?
Sure.
I feel like in my past life I lived
In LA.
in LA.
I could see that. And you said you have a connection with Hollywood and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. It just makes me so happy. Like every time I go to LA, it's always,
I definitely like it. I like visiting it. I don't know
Yeah.
that I could live there.
yeah. But I'm like not in like LA. I would want to live in like a surrounding,
Mm-hmm.
but there's so many different like surrounding areas to LA.
Yeah.
That you could easily, because like especially like I think another thing is like we're so used to like an hour drive is like nothing,
Mm-hmm.
because like I don't know if you feel this way, but like I definitely feel like if you're an hour away, you're easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
My thing is kind of half hour. I would say half hour, 45 minutes is kind of where I start to feel. After 45 minutes, I kind of start to feel like, okay, like I'm ready to be there.
Yeah.
But I mean, an hour is doable.
Yeah.
Past an hour.
As once I get past like that hour and 5 minutes, I start to get antsy, because like
Yeah.
I went to my parents' house for my cousin's wedding. I had my car packed up, everything, right, and I'm like hitting the road. It's just me with the dogs, and there's so much traffic, right? And an hour to get to my parents is like usually like about as much time as it takes. As like once I started approaching like that over like an hour and 5, I was like, yo, and I was like 20 minutes away from my parents' house, and I was like,
yeah.
yo, let's
Well,
go.
traffic sucks. If
Yeah.
if you're just driving, whatever, when you're stop and go traffic and you're having to, yeah, shit, that's hard.
Yeah, and that's like my biggest like thing. But again, I love listening to podcasts.
See, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
So-
I'm more of like driving up here, I was blasting rap music.
that too. I feel like it's a vibe. Like for me, it's another small comfort is blasting like early to mid 2000s pop music.
Oh, yeah.
For me.
Well, okay, I love that. I love anything early. I'm more of, if I'm going to blast it, it depends. It really depends on my mood. Yeah, what's your like music taste?
It depends. I like a lot of Bollywood. Just because it's, you know, it's like so soulful, and like I just love like, you know, like talent. Every once in a while I'll get into like a Punjabi music mood. But if I'm like only listening to like English music, I was about to say Angrezi music, but that's English and Punjabi. I sometimes I forget to code switch. If I'm only listening to English music, I'm listening to early 2000s or like not early 2000s, like mid to late 2000s pop music, or I'm listening to like pop music right now. So like Sabrina Carpenter,
Oh yeah.
like Nick D, like that type of vibe. And then if I'm listening to like early to mid to late 2000s, then it's like all across the board.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter, but it has to be pop. Like that's my only thing.
Yeah.
I'm a pop fan.
Okay, I don't mind pop music at all. Definitely a pop fan. Anything mainstream I usually love, but it really depends on the day. I get really into kind of like that Paramore era, Fall Out Boy, like all of that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call it. It's like poppy rock, right? And then I get into
Sound
that.
guy, what would you
Like indie rock.
indie
Yeah,
rock.
okay, indie rock. And then I get really into hip hop and rap. For hip hop, you can't go wrong with like early 2000s, 2010s. On the way up here, I was blasting like Eminem. I still love Eminem. But then I also have moments where I go super old school and I listen to Motown. Like that's, so talk about past lives. I always said, I think I was probably born in the 50s. I can appreciate, the Elvis and like the old school rock. I love all that. I love Motown. I probably was raised in the 60s, really had my like prime, hit my prime in the 70s, 80s, and then died and was born again in 92. Probably
It's a great turnaround.
Live fast, died young, and then was born again in 92.
Yeah.
Because that just all those times like really resonate with me.
Yeah.
But my music taste is all over the place. I can go.
See, the issue with me is like I can't shuffle my music. You know how like on Apple Music or like on Spotify there's like the master list of all the songs. I can't shuffle that.
You don't like it being so different?
The vibes go so like
Yeah.
the snapback is freaking crazy. It's such a wild
So
like
hard.
it'll
Yeah.
be like Bollywood soulful like breakup song, and then it'll be like some like early to that, or like Backstreet Boys, right?
Yeah.
And then it'll swing back to like something really sad and dark, and then it'll like, and it's just like it's too much of a swing for me.
Yeah. No, I kind of try to keep it all the same, but I love stuff that I can sing along to. I'm very much like a sing in the car type of person, sing in the shower,
Yeah.
all those things, or
See,
rap.
I'm a huge like sing in the car type of person, to the point where like sometimes like like there was this one day where I was like, this is a few years ago, I was like just like I was just like singing my heart out, right? And there's a cop that rolls up and he's looking at me and I don't realize he's looking at me. I look over and he's just like, and he like goes back to like doing what he's doing, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything illegal.
Yeah.
Is it illegal to have fun?
That's funny. If I'm in the car and I see a cop, I always feel guilty. I could be doing nothing, and I
Yeah.
always feel guilty. So I always like, oh, I'm just singing. I'm just having a good time. Like, I'm very not suspicious, even though I'm not suspicious. I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
But I get nervous.
Yeah, I like, and when I tell you, like, I was like head bopping, like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah, like really feeling
fully
it.
into it, right? And I'm just like, yo, like, I was so embarrassed in that moment, and like there was
Oh, I
no
hate
words or
that.
anything exchanged, you know. It's just like, oh well, you successfully killed my vibe.
Yeah. Thanks, officer. I know.
You know?
Cops intimidate me, even if I'm not doing anything.
I have literally always cried when a cop's pulled me over. Not like oh, like I'm doing it intentionally to like get out. No, because authority genuinely scares me. Like even now, if my mom yells at me, I'll start crying. I can't handle it.
Not me. I'm not a crier like that.
But it's not even like, I don't know, like I
know people like that though. That's just their reaction.
Yeah, but I think it's more of like the startled. Like I get startled and I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to never like cry at like movies or anything like that. Now
Oh, I get soft in my old age. I feel like the older I get, the more I cry. I
Oh,
mean,
100%.
I'm sensitive enough. I'm not overly, but I definitely have my moments.
Yeah. Dude, I never understood why my mama used to cry at like movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then dude, my frontal lobe, once it developed,
Yeah.
oh, shit started
25.
to change, bro. I'm not even kidding you, bro. Like, I woke up one day and I felt like I was a completely different person.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
And
I can
like
see that.
some people are like, oh, I never felt like that, and I'm like, oh, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Trust me. Because like if you don't feel like that, like because like
Definitely
that's
your late 20s, you start to feel, I feel like,
Yeah.
a different person.
like I write off like especially like when like my brothers or somebody does something, I'm like your frontal lobe hasn't fully developed.
Oh, I tell people that all the time.
I'm like your brain isn't even finished.
Developing.
I was like that's the issue.
The sadder thing is that they say men don't mature until their 40s. So,
Or life just breaks them down at that point.
yeah. And if you haven't by your 40s, you're not gonna.
That's ridiculous. Bro, in my next life, if I am not a white man, I want a refund. I want a refund, and I want to be taken back. I do not want to do this woman shit no more.
I don't want to be a white man. I would pick myself over and over again.
I would pick myself. I would just want to know what it feels like.
Oh.
You know, like I would just want to know what it feels like to just be able to like not think about things the way that we do.
But I don't know if would you even have anything to compare it to if you were born again as a white man?
I mean, I would hope that this past life was enough suffering.
You're just I feel like you would just be privileged and not even
for you to remind.
to be a true white man, you wouldn't even understand that you're privileged.
That's another thing, bro. That's another thing. But yeah. What other small? Do you read at all?
Yes, I'm more of like a either read on like a Kindle type thing or read smaller versions of things. I have a hard time sitting down and focusing on a book because my brain is so active.
Yeah, dude, I never thought I would be a Kindle girly until I got a Kindle,
Oh, Kindles are great.
and I was like, oh,
Yeah, I love it.
I get
love my
it.
Kindle.
I was telling somebody else on the podcast. I was like, I have the greatest Kindle setup. I have like a little extendable arm,
Oh, yeah.
and my Kindle sits in that, and then I have a little page turner.
Oh, wow.
I sleep. I
Old
literally
school.
like I
And you-
snuggle up, and then I have like the little page turner in my hand.
oh, that's cool. That's super
It's
cool.
like this close to my face. It's great. When I tell you, everybody should have a Kindle setup.
I definitely don't.
So good.
I just sit there like an old lady and just...
I used to do that. I used to have like the little pop sockets. I just like I love reading before bed.
Mm-hmm.
And so reading before bed requires like I don't want to just sit there and then like have like like hold my thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, and then you drift off. I read
Yeah.
a lot of romance novels. Can you tell?
What?
That's honestly my guilty pleasure.
I can see that.
Romance novels, and so it's just so nice because then like you have those type of dreams. That's another thing is like, dude, I was like falling asleep to like true crime at one point.
Oh, you're having wild dreams.
And I was having the most wild dreams. So now, like, I have a strict rule. Everything that is, like, scary, like, we used to, like, we watched, like, Blacklist, and we used to fall asleep to it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing that is scary, nothing that is too serious can be on when we're, like, trying to fall asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to eliminate, like, the TV before bed thing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not going to happen in one go.
Yeah.
I have another question for you, though. Are you a, like, small changes over time type of person or a cold turkey type of person?
I don't think I'm cold turkey. I think I try to do small things and just create little habits and then build off that. Kind of that whole, like, 1% better everyday type of mindset. Because I'm not, if I do something, okay, so let's say, like, I'm trying to, I don't know, a diet or something, and I just follow this strict regimen or something like super, I can't do it. Because then I break, when I do break, then I'm just a wreck.
Yeah.
So I can't do that. I'm just like, I'm just going to introduce more water, and I'm going to try to eat more veggies, and I'm just going to try to whatever and eat more protein. Like little things, just little habits. Definitely don't try to get too crazy.
See, I am a small changes over time type of person, but certain people that I live with are a cold turkey type of person.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, the way that they want to change their entire life in one night.
I mean, I probably go through phases like that too, where I'm like, okay, I'm building up to this change, but it's never like so drastic.
If it's like, okay, like, I'm going to wake up at like 7 a.m. every single day, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can do that cold turkey. Right.
See, I'm the opposite. If I'm going to wake up at 7, let's say I naturally wake up at 8 and I want to wake up at 7, I'll do 7:45
Slowly,
for like
yeah,
a couple
right?
days, 7:30, 7:15, and then eventually 7.
Yeah, so like I can be like that too, but it's like, okay, if you want to just like kind of shock your body into like waking up at like 7, right? Wake up at 7, then naturally you start getting tired at
Earlier.
around like 11, right? Or whatever, right? And then you do the same thing like the next day, right? And then you do the same thing the next day, and then by day 4, it's like, okay, like you're naturally kind of waking up closer to 7, right? But what I'm telling you, like, oh, I want to do a 72-hour juice fast,
Oh, gosh.
not me.
No.
I'm not the target demographic.
No. That's hard.
Could not be me. This guy, dude, we went to LA. First of all, we went to LA, and this man tells me, I was like, oh, like, you know, I don't feel like my classic self. I feel a little bloated, this, that, and the third, right? This man says, okay, no carbs, no sugar, no wheat, no grain, no nothing for 7 days.
So what, air and grass?
So we ate a chicken breast for lunch. We didn't have breakfast, and we had half a chicken breast for dinner. Every single day for 7 days.
Oh, no.
When I tell you, I wanted to chop this man's throat off.
Yeah, not me.
No carbs
I
for
can't do no
7
carbs.
days.
I've
No
tried
grain?
it. So I've tried it. I've tried like the low carb or even like keto, whatever. Keto's hard because I don't like a lot of things that you are supposed to eat. So like I don't do even like the dairy and the fats and the cheeses and whatever you're supposed to eat. The high fat, that's hard for me to do.
Yeah.
But I've tried to do low carb and it doesn't work for me. And then I've tried things where I eat like carbs. I think carbs work for me, or at least I'd like to believe that, so that I can keep eating
I
them.
need carbs to be happy.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I do too.
I never met a good carb that I didn't
I'm
like.
not. Yeah, I'm not a good person without carbs.
But this man, and he was like, I don't understand why your energy's so. I haven't had a carbohydrate in 7 days. I don't understand why your energy's so low.
It's everybody's different though.
And
Some people can do that.
the thing is that we saw like results. When I say results, I mean
Yeah.
like this much. This man, next year, we should do a 7 day. We should do a 2-week one. Please. Spare me.
No.
Spare me. I'm not the type of personality where I'm like, I will admit defeat at one point.
No, I have too many other things going on and need my energy for, and if I'm miserable on top of it, it's not good for anybody.
Exactly. I was
Yeah.
like, this is bad for you.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a list of why this is bad for you.
Yeah. It's not going to end
And
well
your
for either of
well-being.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What are your, okay, so small comforts, what are your like comfort foods if you're feeling sick or sad or whatever?
Okay, so if I'm like on my period and I'm raging and whatever, Chinese food.
Oh, yeah.
Chinese food is second to none.
Yeah.
And then if it's like just comfort food, if I'm like not feeling well, it's like anything soup. But like there's
Soup. I love soup.
there's a Chinese spot near us that does like a hot wonton soup or like pho. I used to love pho, right? And they do like they put like wontons, like chicken or whatever, like wontons into like this soup, and it's like perfectly seasoned. It's just so good.
I know, I'm a big soup girl. If I'm either sick or like hungover, I reach for some kind of broth
Yeah.
of some sort. So like soups, yeah, with stuff in it, but like just a chicken broth I could do. I got really into a arroz caldo, which is like a ginger rice kind of porridgey thing.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of Filipino. It's a Filipino dish. I learned about it in the Philippines. They could do like other versions, but I love pho. If I'm hungover, sick, just a
Yeah.
cold day, I love a big bowl of pho.
It's so nice.
It is. Really nice.
I love also, I haven't tried it, but like the Italian penicillin. It's
I
like the
see.
little
I see all the things
I want to
online.
try that
I have so
so
many
bad.
saved. Yeah,
Like
I
the
have so many
pastina.
saved. Mhm.
That just sounds amazing.
I have so many saved of things I want to try.
Yeah. Another is like obvious. Like I love pasta. Sometimes.
I love
Just pasta
pastas.
is like it's just so comforting. And I make like this Cajun like chicken pasta.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, anything Cajun is
Yeah.
honestly, like never gonna get like a bad rep for me, like Cajun shrimp, anything Cajun.
Oh yeah,
Right. But this Cajun chicken pasta that I learned, oh, so good.
I love a good pasta. That's like when I'm thinking about when when you're like not hungry, you don't know what to eat.
Yeah.
I usually go for something warm and carby.
Yeah.
So like a pasta,
Yeah.
even like a rice dish or something.
I'm not even like a big fan of like cheesy pasta either. I'm more of just like a saucy pasta.
Yeah, I don't really do cheese too much.
Yeah.
I'll do macaroni and stuff. I actually make a pretty good macaroni.
But like macaroni and cheese, like from like Kraft, is like not real cheese.
Oh no. No. But it's good for its own reasons, just because I grew up on it.
Yeah.
I like it when it, just
Ooh,
nostalgic.
have you ever tried the hot Cheeto mac and cheese?
Oh, okay. So I didn't like it.
Really?
No, I kind of hated it.
Really?
I did
Wait,
try it because I thought I would love it.
Are you a hot Cheetos kind of gal?
Yeah.
Okay, so there used to be a place. I don't know if it still exists anymore because this was years ago. This was probably like 5-6 years ago. There's a place in San Francisco that's called Macked, right?
Okay.
And
Kind of
they
like
do-
Homeroom. Homeroom is in Oakland. It's like a mac and cheese place.
Yeah, it's a mac and cheese place, and they have all different types of toppings. But they're like my favorite is like they have a hot Cheeto dusted like the entire top is dusted with hot
See,
Cheetos.
that sounds better. The hot Cheeto mac and cheese was like the sauce, and it just had a weird flavor to me.
Yeah, I didn't like that one, and I didn't like the like. Have you ever tried like the spicy bulldog, like the carbonara and stuff?
Mm-mm.
Are you a noodle kind of gal?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
like the spicy bulldog like noodles, they have like a carbonara version that has like it's more saucy and it's like creamier.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan. It's
No?
just it like the taste was good, but it was like it was spicy, but then it was also creamy. And just like this flavors like for me didn't mix very well. And it's just like I wasn't a big fan. But yeah, that place, the Macked place, it's so good because it's like it has like you know how like hot Cheetos sometimes like if they're bigger pieces they have like a crunch to them and just like everything mixed
Yeah, I do
together.
my
It's
mac and
just-
cheese with like a crust, like panko crust or whatever
Yeah.
on top. So I could see breadcrumbs.
I love hot Cheetos.
That's good. I love a truffle mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, they used to have a truffle mac and cheese as well.
I love a truffle mac and cheese.
There's a place in Stockton that has a hot Cheeto burrito.
I've had a hot Cheeto sushi burrito.
Oh yeah, those are also good. We've
Really
had
good.
we have a place called Sushi Rito that does that.
Yeah,
Hot Cheetos are so versatile.
I like them. I like the lime ones better than regular.
Yeah. That's also a small comfort.
So
I love
hot Cheetos, but like now I'm trying to get off red 40 dye,
yeah.
and so that just kind of ruins everything.
I try like what instead of like eating like hot Cheetos and like Fritos and stuff like that, I've tried to like move on to like Kettle brand chips, right? Because they're a little
Just
bit
a little bit
healthier,
better.
right? Especially like the air fried version where it has like,
Baked or whatever, yeah.
it's just like sometimes you just need the hot.
Oh,
Cheetos
definitely.
to hit the
Sometimes you just need the Kraft mac and cheese. Sometimes you just need kind of those like nostalgic things. Yeah.
Yeah. There was a I saw the other day at the grocery store, the Kettle brand chips have like a truffle oil and sea salt one.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, and I almost picked it up, but then I was like, I have honestly the jalapeno ones are my favorite right
Yeah.
now. The Kettle cooked.
Yep.
And so I was like, I already have some of those. I'm gonna wait to come back for those. But I was like, oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
They're making more like diverse,
Yeah.
things. Because I feel like when we were kids, there was just like sour cream and onion, and
Yeah.
then
And like cheddar.
cheddar, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like they had
Barbecue.
yeah, barbecue, or they had like the what is it called? Like Doritos, like Cool Ranch,
Oh yeah.
right?
That was like wild.
Yeah, and then every other chip company made their own version of like all these other things. I don't know. What's your favorite chip?
Oh. Okay, so something nostalgic for me is like being a kid. I used to eat sandwiches for school lunch with
Oh, yeah.
barbecue chips. That's just like nostalgic for me. When I have a sandwich, I love barbecue chips with it. But if I'm just eating a chip, I really like the cheddar sour cream Ruffles.
Oh yeah, that's also his.
I think is that just the orange one?
yeah,
They're just the orange one, right? Yeah.
yeah.
I like those. I like a Dorito. I don't know, all the kind of basics.
Yeah.
Sun chip.
I like Sun Chips.
Those are good. I
Sun
don't know that I
Chips.
have a favorite though.
Sun Chips have like a more elevated flavor, which I don't mind. You know.
Sun chips are good, like if you're going to the beach
Yeah.
or you're going to like I like them for that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I just feel like Sun Chips have a little bit more substance than other chips do too.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't have like a super favorite. It kind of depends on the vibe. I love a salt and vinegar chip.
I'm not a salt and vinegar
Really?
gal. No.
I love salt and vinegar chips.
No, not
Um,
my jam. But
And like especially like when like after you eat a whole bunch of them and then like your tongue's like all cut up, it's just I don't know. I love it. It's weird. It's not like like normal, but I love it. I've always loved it. What else? I honestly from the chip aisle, if I'm like going into the chip aisle, I love like the Smart Pop or like the Skinny Pop, like the popcorn.
mm-hmm.
I'm a popcorn
The
gal.
purple bag.
Yeah, or
whatever
like
that is.
have you ever had like the Pirate's Booty?
Yeah, you know what I really like is Trader Joe's has like a vegan, like a chicharron, but like a vegan version. So it's like a air puffed. You know what chicharron is? Like,
Yeah.
it's like a vegan version, and they're kind of spicy. I love those.
Oh, yeah.
Trader Joe's has a really good one.
Ooh, you know what else I really like? So two things. One, hot Cheeto fries.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Always good. But two, have you ever had like the hot Cheeto like puff corn? You can only get
I
it at
don't-
some gas stations.
No, I've seen it. I don't know if I'm sure I've had it in my life. I just don't.
It's
specifically remember.
it's like Pirate's Booty, but with like hot Cheeto flavoring.
Yeah, I can see it.
And it's just so.
I can picture it.
Also, some gas stations it says on the bag like how like Arizona say like 99 cents.
It says the
on the
price?
it says on the bag $2 only. There was a gas station I went to and it was like $3.27, and I was like, how dare you? How dare you? It says $2
It's on the bag. It's like Arizona iced tea. They still charge 99 cents.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't need the money. We're
Yeah,
trying to just doing it. And
I was watching an interview with the guy and they were like, would you ever? And he was like, why?
he's like, we don't need the money. It's our kind of our brand
I
now.
was like, I stand.
Yeah, for sure.
I stand that. I'm like, you will always see when businesses do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You will always have my business.
Yeah. I haven't had
Always.
Arizona iced tea. I don't really drink the tea, but I used to love their fruit punch.
I love their stuff.
I'm sure it's full of red 40.
I probably. What I love is for a while we used to get like the Arnold Palmers
Yeah.
and like to spike it with like tequila or something. It's so good.
I could see that being
It's so good. I'm a big fan. I also really like their their regular tea.
good. Mm-hmm.
Dude, my parents, I don't know what kind of batch they had. They had like these tall bottles of them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, like, they were at my parents' house for like 3 months, right? Because they don't go bad. Like I think they had like a year-long expiration date, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had like a year-long expiration date. When I tell you nobody touched them, I went for my cousin's wedding. I was there like a week and a half, right? I tore through them. I was having like 2 a day.
Oh,
Right?
What are they?
The like just the regular like the green ones,
Yeah.
like the ginseng ones.
Yeah.
Bro. But like when I came home, right? And I ordered the cans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was just like their fridge was that cool or what. It just tasted different, right? Which I don't know how that works cuz like what? Like I was thinking I was like maybe it was just like colder. You know how like sometimes like Pepsi and stuff like that can like taste different if it's like colder or not, right? So I was like maybe it was just that. I don't know.
But it just wasn't the same.
It just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
Yeah. What do I love that's like a drink? What's like your...
My like go-to drink right now, like at this moment, is
Oh, I know mine.
Sprite Chill.
Okay.
It's like a cherry limeade. So good. So good.
I don't really do like sodas and stuff, but I love the sugar-free blue Powerade has become my jam. And I mix it with coconut water. I started doing it when I was like sick or something just because you need electrolytes. And then I got like, I know addiction is real because then I got kind of hooked to the blue sugar-free Powerade. I love the flavor and I just do that. But I like to mix it with like coconut water, try to make it better.
Have you ever been to Sonic?
Yes, but I haven't really got their... Do they have Powerade?
They have so my favorite Sonic drink is they have a Powerade slushie and then I put Nerds on top of it.
Oh, yeah, that sounds fun.
So refreshing.
Is it?
So
Nerds?
Nerds, yeah. It
Did they
sounds
change the
so
flavor?
weird. No, but like like it kind of like melts into, because it's a slushy, right?
Mm-hmm.
It like kind of melts into it, and it's just like a little pop of like, like, you
Mm-hmm.
know. I love those. Like, I don't get them often, obviously, because we don't have like a Sonic like nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So like whenever I go like thrifting or whatever, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a little bevy, you know. But yeah, Sonic has like they can make everything into a slushy. Like they can make Dr Pepper into a slushy.
Yeah, see, we don't really have a Sonic near us.
Yeah.
You have to cross a bridge, so it's not somewhere I frequent.
Yeah. I'm a beverage girly though.
I was gonna say I have a hard time with beverages.
I am a beverage girly through and
Not
through.
really.
I love having.
I like
a good
water,
beverage.
wine, and blue Powerade.
Apparently.
Apparently.
I would honestly, like, if I had the choice of like, okay, we're going out and I can only have like a drink or like something to eat, I would choose the drink.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know, like I just like, especially like even when we go out to like bars and stuff, it's like
Mhm.
I just like savoring my drink and like,
Yeah.
yeah. They have this pizza joint near us. They have like this gin lavender concoction,
Mhm.
and I didn't get to enjoy it because like they were like in a rush, and it was so good though. They put like lavender Tarani syrup into it.
Mhm.
So good.
My mom likes like floral things and stuff. I'm not a floral gal.
Really?
Yeah, she likes. Have you ever seen those candies, violets? It tastes like you're chomping on a violet. It tastes like you're eating
I've
a
never
flower.
seen this.
She loves that stuff. Or Earl Grey tea, kind of that florally
Yeah.
vibe, lavender syrup and stuff.
I just honestly, I don't like anything else. I just like lavender as a base flavor because it's
Yeah.
not like overpowering. Like especially like there's like a place that does like lavender lattes near us.
Mhm.
It's just like one of my favorites, especially like with like Dutch Bros does this where they have like a oat milk lavender latte,
Mhm.
and then on top of it has like a vanilla cold foam, and it's just
It sounds the vanilla. I could probably get down with.
it's very like, you know, like mocha or white chocolate or anything. It's like very overpowering, very sweet. Lavender's like subtly sweet, you
Yeah.
know. And I just like that. Sometimes like that's just a vibe.
Yeah,
You know?
I'm not. I wish I was more of a drink gal.
Yeah.
I don't really do drink a wine.
Do you drink coffee at all?
I do drink coffee. I drink coffee with hazelnut creamer. That's probably my vice. I don't necessarily need coffee. I have days where I don't drink it, but I enjoy waking up, making a cup of coffee.
You enjoy waking up to Folgers in your cup?
Yeah, seriously. The best part of waking up. Folgers in your cup.
Folgers in your cup.
That, and then I do sugar-free hazelnut creamer. And that's just my little like morning jam. That's kind of my morning treat. It's not probably great for me. I try to do sugar-free, but I love it.
Yeah. My favorite is currently I'm like obsessed with like an iced hazelnut oat
I
milk
love hazelnut.
latte,
Yeah.
and then I like shake it so it's like a shaken latte. So good.
Yeah.
I also
like
can't do
hazelnut.
regular milk because it's just a lot.
If I'm out, I usually get oat milk. I mean, I can do regular milk, but yeah, I like a warm cup of coffee. I'll do an iced coffee if I'm out. Let's say I'm at like Disneyland or I'm somewhere where I'm going to be outside. But I love a warm cup of coffee.
Even in the mornings?
Yeah, especially in the mornings. If I'm in a hotel or something, I want a hot cup of coffee to start my day.
Oh yeah. No, I'm a cold girly through and through.
Yeah?
Even in the wintertime, there's very rarely am I opting for a
I'm the opposite. In summer, I'll drink a hot coffee. And I can't drink more than one cup of coffee a day. It makes me so sick.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of coffee. Like if it's like Starbucks like latte, then I feel I could have like 1 to 2. But if I'm getting to a place or I'm getting to an age rather where if I have caffeine too late in the day,
Oh, yeah.
goodbye sleep.
Yeah.
What is that?
I have my first cup of coffee and that's it. Like I can't really I'll do tea or something, but I can't do two. For some reason, if I have more than one coffee, I get like nauseous. I get super nauseous. I don't know.
Dude, iced tea makes me feel so wired.
Really?
Bro, I had an iced tea the other day. It was like those pure leaf
More than
ones.
coffee? That was
Yeah.
probably the sugar.
No, it has like 60. It has
No,
like
don't they
well,
have a lot of sugar in them?
that one, no, I think
don't
it was
know.
like it was either zero sugar or like it wasn't unsweetened, but it had like a I think what they do is like they put like unsweetened or like zero sugar like
like-
blackberry flavoring or
Yeah.
whatever, right?
Oh, that sounds good.
But it was 60 like milligrams of caffeine, and I drank like half of it. When I tell you my eyes were like,
Ooh. I've never had those.
Tea, I literally like you can ask him.
Some teas can be strong.
Every single time I've ever had like an iced tea, I've literally been like, I feel like I'm gonna die right now.
That's great. That's
Because
wild.
my heart is like literally beating outside of my chest.
That's wild.
It's wild. And like coffee never has that. Like I can pull, like we have an espresso maker. I can pull espresso shots and it won't do that to me.
It's
just, I don't know what it
can have
is.
espressos. You know, another thing I can't get behind.
What?
Unpopular opinion: espresso martinis.
Really?
No, I want to. I want to like them. I'm just not a coffee gal like that.
See, I feel like there's a place near us that does like an espresso martini, but it has like a milk component to it. It's not milk, but it has, I think it's like it's a liqueur. It's like, I think it's Bailey's, right?
Mhm.
And so I feel like it kind of cuts the coffee, like, you
Or
know,
like a latte martini.
kind of, right? But like an espresso martini, just like an espresso martini is kind of a lot.
I know people that love them, can have 3 of them and enjoy them, and I'm just,
I couldn't imagine
Not
having
my
more
thing.
than one.
it's not my thing. I don't even like. I don't know. I wish I did.
'Cause,
Because
like-
they look beautiful. They're super cute.
They're so like
Cute to-
elegant.
yeah, so
I'm like,
cute
oh
to
my
sit and
gosh.
sip on.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm a wine gal.
Yeah. I'm not, what's what's your alcohol of choice? Like besides wine?
See, I have a hard time with mixed drinks. If I'm out,
Do you make a lot of mixed drinks?
no, I don't. I don't really mix drinks at home. I drink wine. If I'm going out and I want like a cocktail, I might go for, I like tart. So I'll go for like a Moscow Mule, maybe even a Cosmo, a margarita. Something like a jalapeno margarita sounds really good. It just depends on the vibe and what I'm eating, like the food and stuff. But I'm a wine girl. I love
know
a
what
glass of
you-
bubbles. I love wine.
You know what you would love? We should have gone to Woodstocks because Woodstocks has this wine slushy.
I don't even like a frosé. Like people
No,
do
no, no,
frosé.
no. It's like red wine, but
Oh,
as a slushy. You would love it.
I gotta try it. Is it?
You would love
it
it.
tastes like, well, it's not sweet. I don't like sweet.
No. Would you say it was sweet? It
If
was
it
like
just tastes
wine.
like wine?
just- yeah. But Brett, like the texture of it was just like so good.
I can drink wine like water.
It was
It's
so good.
rough.
I need my alcohol to taste not like alcohol. And
That's the
so-
thing, is I don't really like mixed drinks because I don't really love the taste of alcohol. But and so then if I'm like out, I'd rather probably shoot it, which is not classy. That's like whatever. But that's why I like to sip on wine. But yeah, I don't like the taste of alcohol.
Yeah, I'm a very much like, I love making mixed drinks. It's like my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm a little mixologist.
Yeah.
It's really I have a signature drink that I make. It is something that I picked up in Mexico. It's a passion fruit.
Oh, that sounds already good.
It's a passion fruit mango pineapple concoction.
Sounds super good.
Very good. I have like my own little twist on it, but I like to rim the glasses with like tahini and like so good.
Yeah, that sounds
You know?
good.
And I made like a mocktail version of it for like my parents, and they were like obsessed. They were like, oh my gosh. They were like, what is the recipe? And I was like, you put this, this, and this. And she was like, okay, you just, when you come, just make us a batch. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I like fruity drinks and stuff if I'm out or on vacation kind of time and place, but wine, man, that's my jam.
Yeah. I also like I'm not like a wine like connoisseur. So it's like,
No, but I'm not a wine snob by any means. I just
yeah,
like it.
I'm just like, honestly, whatever. Like even today, like the bottle that I picked up, I was like, oh,
Oh,
this
no.
looks pretty.
Yeah, I'll go off like label. Definitely, it's like a judge a book by its cover type thing.
Oh, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
100%. And I also like I'm not spending more than like $30 on, like, if I'm giving it to somebody, I might spend $30, but
Yeah.
like for like enjoyment at home,
Oh no.
I'm not spending
drink
more
too
than like
much wine.
$15.
Yeah, I'm like the 12 and under club.
Yeah.
Not to under, but like up to $12 is like appropriate. 15 maybe.
You know who has a really good like selection of wine is Grocer Outlet.
Oh, okay. I gotta check that out. We have one.
We had like when we had my birthday party when I turned 25, which I also shouldn't say because how many years ago that was. But when I turned 25, we had like a bar, like an open bar, and we had like a whole it was at East Bay. We had a whole like setup. We had a bartender and everything, and every single alcohol was like small batch alcohol, because what we do is like we don't buy like big bottles of like whatever alcohol, so we always try like the small batches, and so it was like all stuff that we liked that we had tried before. And she was just like our bartender was just like, this is like the weirdest like concoction. I was like, it's all like tried and true tested, you know, via grocery outlet.
Good. Okay, I gotta check them out.
And they have a really good like beer selection. If any of you guys are beer fans,
I gotta go there.
I'm not a big beer. Are you a big beer fan?
I got into beer for the same reason. Like, you can't really just shoot alcohol every time you go out, and I didn't really love sipping it, and I didn't really have a drink that I loved. So I was like, I just need something to sip on. This was kind of before I started liking wine, early 20s maybe, and so I started liking beer. Yeah, I do. I do like a good beer, but it's so filling, and I'm not a volume drinker, so I need like the most alcohol content and the smallest amount of alcohol. I can't just sit and, chug beers. You get really full.
Yeah, I'm definitely a volume drinker, because I'm a very responsible I'm a very responsible drinker. And so if I'm having like a cocktail, I'm also having two things of water.
Oh yeah.
So like I'm like, I will be like this, and then it'll come down, because like I'm never gonna be like inebriated. I've never been drunk.
I know, you told me that before.
Yeah, I've never been like drunk. I've always been like tipsy. I've been tipsy before. I've definitely been tipsy.
Yeah.
But I've never been like drunk. And
What's
it's just
drunk to you?
like where I can't like see straight.
Oh, that's like blackout.
Yeah, but like I can like, I've never been able, like I've always remembered what happened.
Yeah.
And like I could give you like a clear, like concise, like what happened in the evenings. I'm not stumbling over my words. I'm having like clear speech and everything. I can walk in a straight line type of thing. Yeah. But like tipsy is like when your head starts to feel a little heavy. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that's about as much as I've explored.
Yeah.
Like even we went to the last time we went to LA. We were hanging out with one of our friends at like a bowling alley, and like they can drink. Oh yeah. Like they can drink. Like they were taking shots. Right. And so I like took a shot with the girl, and then they were like, oh, let's do shots together. So I took a shot with them, and then he was like, hey, like, like he was like, if you lose, you have to buy like everybody like around, right? And so I lost because I'm not great at bowling, and he was, right? And so I bought everybody around. So I took like 3 shots within a span of like an hour, which is a lot of alcohol, but I was drinking so much water that I like literally didn't feel it. And so it was like, the girl was just like, you are a very interesting like drinker. And I was like, I also love water. I'm just like, if the water is cool and crisp, give it to me. That's why I love
love ice water.
That's why I love my Stanleys, is because like the ice will just dude, nobody believed me that the Stanleys can keep things cool, especially when you have like the little cap on the straw. Up until like last year I think in May, it was like my brother's like graduation party, and we're like outside getting ready to go to his graduation, and sound guy was like, oh my god, I could really use like water. And I was like, yo, like just drink some out of my Stanley. And he was like, I don't want your bitch ass like hot water. And I was like, excuse me, do not talk shit about my Stanley like that. And so he took a sip, and he was like, oh shit. And I was like, yeah,
it stays really cool.
Yeah. And so if the water is cool near me, I'm drinking it.
I know, I love ice water.
Yeah,
ice cold water.
Yeah.
What are your other small comforts? Like, what do you do if you just need like a self-care day?
So okay, it's 2 things. If I know that I like, because there's a lot of times where I like need a self-care day, but I don't get one. So my biggest thing is I will take a bucket, like not a bucket, but like a bowl, like a big bowl, like a salad bowl. I'll put ice in it, put water in it, and then I'll dunk my face, and that just kind of
like a cold plunge.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, like it's just so great for like, especially when you have anxiety, it's just like a good like reset for the nervous system. Other than that, like if I need like a self-care day, like I'm just like not feeling it, I will crawl into my bed with my Kindle and my dogs, and I will force them to cuddle.
Yeah. Oh, cuddling with my pups
cures anything. Forcibly. Like, my dogs are like, please let me go. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I need emotional support.
Cuddling with my pups is high up on that list. Do you do your nails?
Oh yeah, I do.
Right?
But honestly, I
Is
do
that
my
just maintenance?
yeah. That's part of just maintenance in
Yeah.
general. If I'm like really, really like just like not feeling it, I'll go outside and I'll go outside, or I will give myself like a small budget, like just like a $10-15 budget, and I'll go thrifting
Yeah.
because that is my ultimate comfort. Like if I'm not
Yeah.
feeling it, if I'm not whatever, like something's going wrong, I'm having anxiety, whatever, I'm out the door in my car and I'm like whatever, like sometimes it'll be like a $10 budget,
Yeah.
and that just like honestly any sort of retail therapy, it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
are you a retail therapy kind of gal?
I can be. I mean, yeah, definitely can be. I love home things, so like home goods or clothes. I love outfits.
Ooh, that, but also one of my biggest like small comforts in this world that like it doesn't even require a lot of money is like I will go to Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx just to go and smell the candles.
Oh yeah. I love that. Oh man, I hate the bad ones though.
Oh,
Sometimes they
yeah.
have some sense and you're like, this looks good, this looks promising, and it's trash.
Dude, there was a candle. It was like, the Nest candles.
The Nest candles?
The Nest, like Nest, Nest candles. First of all, they're like $40 because they're like $80 at like Sephora. They had like this whole display of them, right? And I'm like, oh, interesting, because I've only seen them at Sephora. And so I like picked one up. When I tell you, it smelled foul.
Oh, dude, some of the candles, I'm like, how did this scent get made?
$40.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, it makes sense that it's at TJ Maxx. It makes sense that it's at Marshalls.
Yeah. Nobody
like-
wanted it.
I was like, this checks out, you know? But yeah, I love...
What's your go-to like candle scent?
Anything with like tobacco,
I
like
was just gonna
sandalwood.
make fun of tobacco. I was gonna say they have those like tobacco candles, but I didn't say it. I'm really glad I didn't.
No, it's okay. It depends. I used to be like super into the tobacco. I think sandalwood is like
Sandalwood
my
I like.
sandalwood, amber, like that type of vibe. I'm
Kind of
not,
warm.
yeah, I'm not super into like the vanilla. Like like how some people like the Tahitian vanilla, like all the vanilla.
I don't like vanilla, but I do like cinnamon vanilla or like vanilla pumpkin. The homey scents,
yeah,
like the fall scents.
Yeah, when it comes time for a fall, yeah.
Yeah.
But like during the summer and stuff, I feel like it's just too.
No, for summer or like other times I do. I'm not really like a fresh linen or anything like that, but like a from Bath and Body Works, the champagne toast or like the
yeah.
In the Stars or whatever the kind of pinkish ones are.
Yeah.
Like all the pink
Do
vibes.
you like the lemon citrus?
I like citrus over floral. So if you
Really?
were to, yeah, I hate rose.
Ooh,
I hate like rose candles. I like lavender vanilla from Bath and Body Works, but I don't really go for like lavenders and things like that. I
Yeah.
like more like homey scents or fresh and crisp.
Yeah.
But I'm picky.
You know what? I recently really realized I really, really enjoy is patchouli. Anything with patchouli in
Patchouli.
it. I love patchouli. It's in the same like category as lavender, but it's like a little bit more elevated. I love patchouli. It like we have a couple of I'm also like instead of candles, what I've gotten into recently. I'll still like candles, but I love like the scent more like the wax warmers.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my kryptonite right now is like I have those because like the little refills are so cheap. It's like $3-4 and I'm like, oh my god,
Oh yeah.
And so we have like one where it's like blackberry, patchouli, and something else like currant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so
That
like
sounds
I'm
nice.
not a fruity type of person, but like that one
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
hit
that
the-
sounds nice.
Do you like the baked goods?
No,
scents?
like the
Like the
waffles
cookies
and all
yeah.
that. No, they're too much. I don't like anything too sweet.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
I like
either.
the spice, but not. It's there's like a fine line between all of these, right? So
Yeah.
I'll like a cinnamon pumpkin, or I'm not even a huge like apple fan, but cinnamons, kind of the spice,
I
the
just
warmer.
I just don't like the ones that smell like cupcakes or like the
No,
sweet ones.
super sweet. There's some that people get. They're like, I walk into my mom's house. I'm like, it smells like you just made waffles in here.
Yeah.
It's like just too syrupy. I
Yeah.
don't love all that.
What I do love is a good Yankee Candle.
I haven't bought a Yankee Candle in years.
My mom
My mom used to buy them all the time.
I don't buy Yankee Candles, but I like the little wax warmers, and
Oh,
then I
okay,
like
yeah.
the little Yankee Candle makes like those little air filter ones, like that you can slip into your air filters,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like $7 or $8, right? But they make like Yankee Candle fragrances, and I was like,
Oh yeah, that's cool.
hold on,
I do the little plugins.
yeah. I don't know why I just like never really liked the plug-in scent. I think it's because it's like warmer.
Not plugins, but I do the plug-in, like I do a lot of Bath and Body Works, so there's a
Yeah.
few scents that I know I like.
Yeah.
And I've been such an online shopper. I have
Yeah.
a hard time going to the store unless it's for retail therapy where I just want to walk through Home Goods
Yeah.
or something like that, and I just
Yeah.
feel like I just want to see things.
Yeah.
Not necessarily buy a ton, but otherwise I'm such an online shopper.
I'm just like a little like raccoon. I just like searching.
Yeah.
Like that's why I like thrifting. That's why I like Home Goods. That's why I like all these places where you have to like search for things.
Yeah.
Like I love like sometimes like when I'm like okay, I don't want to spend a lot of money, I'll give myself like a 20 like or not even a 20 like a $15 budget at like Home Goods or like Marshalls, and I'll just go through the clearance stuff. And I've bought so much stuff through the clearance stuff. I like these little champagne flutes that I really really wanted. They like went on clearance. They were like $4 for 2, and I was like,
Oh
say
yeah.
yes. So I bought some.
We love a deal.
I love a good deal. And I just like I'll do that, and it's just like I'll be high, low, everything, like, you know, just like searching and scrounging. That's just my favorite part. I just feel like it like helps you just kind of
Yeah, I
forget
like
your
little
worries.
unique finds. I do like just kind of browsing. I
Yeah.
can get it's like the concept of just going on Sephora and just adding to cart. It fulfills me.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm such a huge like person of like if I think something's like if I go into any store and I gravitate towards something, I'm like, oh, this is so cute. If I look at the tag and it's an exorbitant amount of time, I'm like, it's not that cute. It's not $300 worth cute. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
X, Y, and Z type of cute, you know?
Yeah.
And so like I don't go to Sephora. I don't step foot in Sephora unless there's something I need to like refill on.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
even then I will just go online and add to cart. I have a hard time going in stores like that.
Yeah. The only place where I can walk out of without like unscathed is Barnes and Noble's.
Oh yeah.
Because Barnes and Noble's just going in, seeing like the
Oh,
books
just the
and like
smell.
just touching and all that. Enough.
The smell. You just walk
Yeah.
in and I just need that whiff of that.
And then like
Book.
Especially if there's like a Starbucks in there,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you get the little like Starbucks scent. Oh,
Starbucks
So
and
good.
fresh book pages.
so good. That's all you really need in life.
Mm-hmm.
Truly.
That should be a candle.
Yeah. Exactly. That should be a candle.
Barnes and Noble / Starbucks. Barnes and Noble with Starbucks.
Yeah, just books.
Yeah, books and coffee.
Did you see like they're like redesigning Barnes and Nobles, and it just like looks like a warehouse now.
They are sterilizing so many of these places. I went into this is off that, but I went into a ice cream shop the other day. I'm like, what's the fun in this place? It's called Scoops or something. It's in Walnut Creek, and you walk in, it's just a white building, and then they just have freezers in the, you don't walk in and see the ice cream. You walk in and have a menu, and then there's just freezers in the middle, and they're like, we have, 50 flavors. What do you want? And you tell them, and they go back to a freezer and scoop it out of like a deep freezer.
What the heck?
It's not visually beautiful. There's nothing. It's sterile. They just scoop your ice cream, bring it to you, and I'm like, what's the fun in this ice cream? It's just
Yeah.
ice cream.
At that point, I'll just DoorDash.
yeah.
Right?
I'm like, why am I here? It's definitely not an experience. It was
Yeah.
just so sterile.
See, that's one thing I love about living here is that there are a lot of places that are like Instagram worthy.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of our boba places are very like Instagram worthy. They're like very kitschy. Like we have a boba place over here that is called like You and Me Boba,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like a neon sign that says You and Me, and then it
Mhm.
has like little steps, and like everything's like very pink, very like very cutesy.
All
And then
aesthetic.
we have Bober. Bober like everywhere, like any Bober that you go into, Bober tea, they have like a very Instagram worthy experience where they have like the one at my parents, they have like this massive flower wall to the point where
Oh,
like
yeah.
people come in and do like their wedding pictures there.
Oh yeah, I'm
Like
sure.
massive flower wall, and then they have like this little pink phone booth.
That's cute.
And it's just so cutesy, and like even like T4 like in Davis, like they have like a cute little like setup, and they have like a little like just Instagram worthy places,
Yeah.
right? And it's like my favorite thing because I'm like, yo, like this feels like an experience, like going to boba tea and like getting a boba with your friends and like hanging out and like this cutesy place, like
Yeah.
it's like very like or even our Phil's is kind of like that, very where like it creates an ambiance and a vibe,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, oh my god, like it literally. Somebody on TikTok was like, if the selfie light was a place, that's what the new Barnes and Nobles look like. because it just like has like a
Really?
warehouse type vibe.
Oh, I have to go and see. I know they're closing a bunch still.
Yeah,
They've
but they
clo-
opened up some more, and then they're also renovating some of them.
Maybe that's it. Maybe they're
And I was
renovating.
like, please.
Yeah, that sucks. I loved Barnes. When book report time came around and we had to go Barnes and Noble and pick out your book, and I love that.
It's just, like I used to work in a mall. I worked in malls like for a really long time, and I would always go to the Barnes and Nobles like Starbucks because it would be like a lot like more chill than the other Starbucks. And when I tell you like just like walking past the books and like reading and like just like seeing the displays and stuff, I was like, oh my god,
I know.
you know,
It's a good vibe.
it just like
It's good energy.
it just fulfills something,
It
like
does.
it's just like you feel so smart. It's like, oh
And there's so much that you can just explore that you would never
yeah.
find otherwise.
Yeah. And like I don't know, there's something about like picking up a physical book in like a physical location that's like not your home.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, it's like, oh, here I am. But yeah, I love that. I love that. That's a small comfort is going. But honestly, I have so many gift cards that I need to like spend that I'm like dude, we went to Barnes and Noble twice. I explored. They had like this whole like area of like Harry Potter stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up getting nothing. I was just like so filled, just like going.
Just saying it.
yeah, I was just like, oh, this
Yeah,
is enough for me.
See, that was it. They used to do the displays and all that. They can't
Yeah.
change that.
Yeah, because it's an experience. I feel like versus like just come get your books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Things are changing.
All of that to say, I don't know where we start. Oh, small comforts.
Small comforts.
I guess we
We
kind
kind of stayed on topic.
We came around. We came around.
Yeah.
We swung around to kind of come back.
I think so.
But that is all that we have for you guys today. If you guys sticked around for the ending of this one, that you're a trooper, because we didn't have any sort of like fleshed out topics or anything like that. But we appreciate you for sticking around. Jamie will definitely be back. You can find Jamie at
You can find me on Instagram at It's Jamie. It's JAMIEEE 1105, or my realtor page, realtor.jamie. I also do a real estate podcast that actually we're kind of morphing into something else. We have a really cool guest. Yeah, check out that because we have a new guest, Robert Picardo. He was the doctor on Star Trek Voyager. He's going to be on our next podcast. So that's exciting. We're trying to like kind of change how we're doing it.
Yeah.
You can find us at the Maddox Podcast on Instagram or maddoxpodcast.com, or on YouTube. You can find us.
Yeah. If you're listening on YouTube, don't forget to do the YouTube things. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Geo7, don't forget to rate and follow our podcast. It really does help us out. And we will see you in an episode super, super soon. Bye.